Good morning, everybody. Hope you're well this morning. You can probably hear by my voice that I'm not totally well, so I apologize if I cough, and I apologize I've got a cough drop in my mouth, so I apologize for that. But I'm feeling good today, feeling much better than I've been feeling, so I wanted to chat with all of you for a little bit. I hope you had a wonderful Christmas. We did. If you watched our video last night, you got a peek of that. It was really, really nice Christmas. It was wonderful for all of us to be together. My nephew and his wife and little boy, and actually new baby, but not born yet. She's pregnant, so we want to. I thought one of the girls got the baby a present, and I thought that's so nice. I didn't even think about that. Anyway, they got to come be with us, so that was really nice. We hadn't seen them in a good long time, so always nice for them to come home to visit. And nice for all the rest of us to be together too. You know, I see Granny and Paul a lot. I see my brother Steve and his wife Kim a lot, but I don't see Steve's kids as much. April and Ben and their families that live here, I just don't get to see them as much. So it was nice to be with everybody, and it was really nice. Nice Christmas. Although Sandy, we would say Sandy instead of Santa Claus. Sandy did bring me a bad cold. A few of you could tell in one of my last videos that my voice was going. I felt good then. It was just my voice. My voice finally completely went away, and then was followed by some not good days. But I'm feeling much better this morning. We call it like the creep and crud. I did a whole video about it. I should have found that, but you can find it. The epizooty. People would say you've got the epizooty. Epizootics. Some people put the TICKS on the end of it, or just the crud. And I'll see if I can find that video, and you could go see all the different names that we call it, all those things. Let's see if I can find it. I should have thought of that. I wonder what I named it. What's always the thing? Let's see if I just type sickness. Yeah, well, maybe. Let's see. Maybe it's not going to show me. I've done a lot about sickness, though. A lot of little shorts coming up. Palpitus of the Punk. That is one that I did find it. Um, that is what I had never heard of that before. Here it is. If you want to go back and watch it, just some of the funny names that people use. But one of my dear friends I grew up with, she used to send me things her mother said, and that was on one of them one time. She said when she was a girl growing up in Clay County, North Carolina. Well, actually, she may not have been Clay County. She may have been in Cherokee County or either Macon County in Nantahala. Anyway, said that was a common one you'd hear, a palpitus of the punk. I thought that was great. So you can watch that video though if you want to, and I'll put that in the description below too. Any link that I share, I better say what I'm make myself a note or I won't do it. Anyway, even with the sickness, and like I said, and I've not been terribly sick or anything, but even when you just feel bad for a couple of days, and then on the day you start feeling better, you're like, oh, I'm back to me. You know, you feel like you're Superwoman. So I'm glad that I'm feeling better today. A lot of you really enjoyed the video with Papa Tony. It was really nice to get to interview him finally, and he's just like he is in that video. So all of you that loved him, that's exactly how he is. And I really was interested that a lot of you said that Papa Tony, his mannerisms are exactly like Matt, and how much he looked like Matt. So I've always thought that Matt looks like Miss Cindy's side of the family. But his mannerisms are Papa Tony's. I've always said that. I always said that he's exactly, especially they both can draw their eyebrows down when they're mad or upset about something. He looks just like Tony when he does that. And anyway, I know all of you really enjoyed it. And so many of you helped us find that movie that he talked about. We said that he was famous because he was in the Cradle of Forestry movie. I never even thought about looking on YouTube. Well, it's on here. And let's see if I can share the link to that. So many of you found it for me. So thank you. Thank you so much. And I'll put the link in there so you could go see it if you wanted to. You don't have to watch the whole thing, but if you're just curious at what Papa Tony looked like, and I had never seen it before. So once y'all showed me the video, I told Matt, I said, have you seen it? Do you know which one Papa is? Because I thought, it's got several young men in it. And I would eventually figured it out. But in the very beginning, I thought he was somebody else. I said, is that him? Matt's like, no, that's not him. Anyway, as you go on in it, now he really does look like Matt in that. It's Katie said it's his eyebrows. I think that's right. So, let's see. I wrote down to tell you if you don't want to watch the whole movie. If you go to about 12:56, about that mark, the 12-minute 56-second mark on the video, I think it's like 17 minutes. The movie is. Papa says, "What do you mean by forestry anyway?" So you can see who he is then when he says that. He's kind of behind somebody. And then there's a part where it shows the gentleman, it's the father of forestry that they're talking, really the movie's about. And shows him like in a school setting where he's teaching the young men. And Papa is on the very back row on the far right. And that's about I don't know if I wrote down 16 minutes and 20 seconds. But this may be, I don't know if that's the school one or if this is the other one. There's another place where you can see him up close. You can see him, catch glimpses of him, but I think this is the singing was 16 minutes and 20 seconds. But they're singing a song, and it starts with an up close of three young men singing, and Papa's on the far left of that one. He's one of the men singing. Anyway, I'm so glad. Thank you all so much for finding that video for me. One of my friends texted me. I don't think I ever texted you back. I'm sorry because of my creep and crud and my desire to lay down. But thank you for that too, Patty. Thanks for sending it to me. I'm so sorry, Lori. Yes, we'll pray for her. And everybody, please do share prayer requests there. That would be great. Sorry if I've missed any of the others, but everybody can pray for Lori's mother-in-law. I'm so sorry to hear that. So I am glad a lot of you enjoyed hearing from Papa, and maybe we'll be able to do that again. Maybe we'll be able to do that again. So I know that everybody enjoyed hearing from him, and it was just remarkable how many of you thought that he was just like Matt. So that's good. And I've not talked to Papa since then. Matt has, but I don't know if he's asked him if he's watched it or told him anything about it. Now, a lot of people ask me questions about his service and if he knew people. I will try to find that out, but I've not talked to him to find that out yet. So I will ask him that though when I can and try to find out those answers. Katie interviewed us too. If you missed that last week, she interviewed me and Matt for her and Corey's channel. And just about Christmas. And it was a nice little video, though. I thought it turned out good just because I think it's easier for me and Matt to relax knowing that somebody else is doing it. It wasn't us. It wasn't for my channel. It was for Katie's channel. So I think it turned out really relaxed and kind of course, Matt was being silly in it. So kind of comical too. So you can go watch that if you've missed it. And I apologize. I'm going to have to cough. Trying not to, but I knew it was coming. And let's see. Oh, one other thing I wanted to share real quick. Someone asked me, as I mentioned in one of the videos that I had done, I think it was the sugar cookie one that I had done, made some Chex Mix, but I didn't follow the original recipe of Miss Cindy's. And so it might have been Ramona asked me if I would share Miss Cindy's recipe. Now, I don't know if hers is the original Chex Mix recipe. I don't know if it is or not. I've had it for ages and ages. It's funny. On the bottom of it, it's like on an old card. You can see, don't you love recipes that look like that? It's funny on this one, though. At the top of it, it's got someone's social security number, but that's not mine and that's not Matt's. So I don't know if maybe that was Miss Cindy's. It's Matt's writing, though, so I don't know what he's wrote down. I don't know. Anyway, I've got party mix wrote down, and I'll read those out to you in case it is the one that she was looking for. And then on the back side of it, excuse me, I apologize. On the back side of it is and that doesn't hurt me or anything. That's why all of you may be like, Tipper, go to bed. I feel so good today compared to how I have felt. So it's just a dry cough is all it is. But on the back of it, all that messy part, that's the Russian tea where I'd wrote down her Russian tea recipe so many years ago. Anyway, so the Chex Mix, I'm just gonna read it out loud since someone asked for it. And again, I don't know if this is the original one like that Chex Mix put or the Chex cereal put out, but this is the one that Miss Cindy made. So it was 4 cups, and I used to half this because it makes so much. I think I shared that too, that she used to make it and take it to some of the college students at Warren Wilson College that didn't get to go home for Christmas. But 4 cups of wheat Chex cereal, 4 cups of corn Chex cereal, 4 cups of rice Chex cereal, 4 cups of Cheerios, 4 cups of pretzels. You could use those little ones. 1 large can of mixed nuts, 1 large can of peanuts, 4 cups of cheese nips, garlic salt, seasoning salt, 4 tablespoons, or maybe that was 4 teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce, 2 sticks of butter, 1 and 1/4 cups of Wesson oil. Like when I made mine the other day, I used avocado oil. You could use that. I think I've used olive oil even before. Mix in roaster, bake at 250 for 1 and 1/2 hours, stir every 15 minutes. And I didn't have I bought some of the cereal and I didn't buy I think I had the nuts, but I didn't buy the peanuts and I didn't buy the cheese nips. So, and I didn't buy the Cheerios because I didn't look at this before I went to the store. Anyway, so that was the original recipe for Miss Cindy if you want to try it. It was good. It was always really good. Really good. Let me look at my other notes and see what I was going to talk about. I've been sharing all those Christmas related videos that we've done in the past, readings, music, all that. I won't put them in the chat there, but I'll put them in the description below in case you're not done with Christmas. And it's not old Christmas yet, so that's a whole nother subject. You can research. You can go to the Blind Pig and the Acorn and type in old Christmas and find some stuff about that. And there's a whole debate about when you take down your Christmas tree. Y'all have to tell me when you take yours down. Granny always waited until January 1st at least, and she waited till then because um, Paul's birthday was January 1st. He's a New Year's baby. He's a New Year's baby, so he's got a birthday coming up this week. Anyway, so she always wanted to wait till after Paul's birthday before she took it down. I've done various different things in all the years that I've had trees. There's been some years that I just wanted it done and over with, and I took it down the day after Christmas and got it over with. And then there's been other years that I left it up a longer time. This year, it is already our Christmas tree's down, but the rest of the house, except the living room is undecorated. The rest of the kitchen and everything still got decorations everywhere. All my beautiful cards that y'all sent. But the only reason we took it down in the living room in such a hurry, I would have left it. But Katie wanted to put back up baby gel. Y'all have heard them talk about baby gel. It's just really a playpen, and they just, her and Corey call it baby gel. Corey's got one at her house too. Just really just a playpen, and it's a big one, so it takes up most of the living room floor. So we just wanted to get rid of the tree so that there's more room, or it would have been pushed right up against it. Anyway, so you'll have to share when you take yours down. I'm usually not in any, like I said, big hurry, but some years I am. Some years I just want it to be all put back and uh, like it's supposed to be. When I worked at the college, Matt and I were so blessed when we worked there. We had a long vacation at Christmas. We got to be off. So a lot of times then I wouldn't take it down like the day after Christmas or something, but I would aim to take it down before I went back to work. And I would you think about spring cleaning? I would do my spring cleaning then. So once I took it down, I like moved all the furniture in the living room, changed the curtains, did the windows, done all that. Because in the spring of the year, I want to be outside. I want to be out there gardening. So that's not going to happen this year, though. There's not going to be no spring cleaning right now. And there wasn't last year either, if I'm truthful about it. It seems like after I left that job, that kind of went out the window. But I do like to move everything and go through stuff and clean it and set it all back in order, and you feel so good about it. Makes you feel so good about it. So this week's videos, I hope to share I've got one more Christmas surprise for Matt that I've not told him. So I don't know if he's watching this or not, so I better not say it. He might hear it. But I've got one more Christmas surprise when we feel better enough for me to do that. Maybe that'll be today or tomorrow. Now that I'm feeling better, Matt's sick. He's got it. So he's got what I had. And Katie and the baby don't. Katie had one day where her ears hurt, and then that was all. And I pray that that's all she has, and that's it. So far, that's it. That's all. So hopefully that's all she'll have. But Matt now has what I had, and hopefully it won't get as bad on him as it did on me. But anyway, I've got one more Christmas surprise for Matt, so I hope to make a video with that because it's something we've never done before. And then all of you know, I have to, before my last hooray of Christmas, I've got to make Matt's orange cinnamon bread. So I hope to do that. Then there's New Year's Day. Do we want to make black-eyed peas, or probably our Holstein peas that we grew this past year? So I hope to do all that. But again, I'll just have to wait and see how we all feel. And Matt may not, he's always got an appetite, but he might not feel like eating as much as usual. So I have to wait and see about that. Other videos, though, I've been trying to save. Corey taught me this last year, to try to, every time I edit a video during the year, to try to save any kind of bloopers, any mess ups that we do, to try to save them. And just, if you do it as you go, then at the end of the year, you've got all your video. So I've got like about 8 minutes or something worth of bloopers. So I want to share that with you. Just mess ups. We mess up with every video and have to start over and get tickled, and I just can't get the words to come out. Mostly it's me that messes up anyway. But so I hope to share that. And then I really love to share, the past 2 years I've done that. Is now this previous year, 2024, was so crazy with Granny being really sick, and 19 days in the hospital, and then the babies, and then doing the big garden. And we just had a wonderful year. So wonderful that Granny survived all that. Wonderful new babies and all that. But I didn't get to do as many of my day in the life videos that I love to do. But I love to go back and take pieces of them and then make a compilation of the entire year. It kind of shows from maybe winter to spring to summer, and then in the Christmas, end it. So I hope to do that. I don't know if I'll be able to do that or not. So I didn't do as many this year as I usually do. And that's one of my goals for next year. I hope to do that. I hope to do more. On the Blind Pig and the Acorn each year in January, I look back at last year and kind of share my favorite posts that I've written there. I'm always surprised that I don't even remember some of them when I go back and start looking. So I really love that. And then I do looking forward what I want to do, and I share my goals. Now, if you're a Blind Pig reader, there's many, many years that I never achieve those goals, and I just still put them on there because I'm still hopeful that I will. And eventually, sometimes I do. There was many years that I put on there that I wanted to figure out how to do this full time and get paid, and leave my full time work. And I just could never figure it out, and I just kept putting that and putting that and putting that. But then when it was time, God, not me, God figured it out for me. So anyway, I love to do that, though, even if I don't reach those goals. I don't really do New Year's resolutions very much, but these are more just goals for the blog, or for our life, or whatever. So I hope to share that this week on the blog. And I'm not sure, me and Matt might could do a video like that here and share share about that too. I think we did last year, so maybe we'll do something like that. Anyway, those are all possible, I guess, videos for this week and next week. I have to think about it and see how everybody gets on the mend, and don't take a back set. Matt laughs at me for saying take a back set, because Granny always said that, if, like me, she'd been calling every day to check on me and tell me I need to go to the doctor. But she'd say, don't you go outside, you might take a back set. Like, she'll be telling me that next week, and you need to stay warm, stay where it's warm, and you might take a back set. So Granny will be worrying about me until I'm better. I need to call her today, though, and tell her I feel so much better this morning. So a lot of people have been asking about the mugs. For this time, the mugs are all gone. They've all been sold. I'll get Rob to make more. So when he does, I'll announce that we have more mugs back in stock. And a lot of people, if you watched the video last night, about the little egg separators, which are so neat. I am going to have those probably within a week. So I'll make a little announcement about that if you're interested in those little things. And if you missed them, you can see how they work in that video that we shared last night. And Rob also, he makes those. So, and the calendar, the almanac calendar, thinking about, can't believe it, but time to start thinking about gardening. You can find that in our, still in our Etsy shop. I'll put a link to that here in case you're interested in that. Of course, mine and Jim's cookbook still there. I used it a lot. I love it. I use it a lot, even though it's my cookbook. And y'all, if you missed that video last night, don't know. One of Katie's tricks that she played was that she gave me my own cookbook. She had all kinds of tricks going on this year, which made it just really fun, really fun. So, and then Matt threw down the gauntlet. Now he's gonna do it too. So no telling what'll happen next year. And if I know Corey, she's gonna figure out how to be right in the middle of it too. Last week for Paul's songs, he did a few Christmas songs. So him and Granny did Away in the Manger. And if you stick around to the end of it, you can hear them do Jingle Bells too. So I put that link there. I'll put it in the description below, but it's really sweet. So if you've missed that one. He also did one of my favorite songs. It's so hard to say. I say that. I'm like Corey and Katie at a performance. This is my favorite song. No, that one was. No, this one is. But this is Oh Holy Night. And I started thinking about this, I don't know, like 2 weeks before Christmas. Me and Paul must have been on the same wavelength. I didn't tell him anything about it, and he didn't tell me, but he was going to do a video about it. But I just started thinking, I was thinking about Christmas plays and how, people that at church would always, kind of the same people would sing. And I just got it on my mind. It was Sandra Chastain singing Oh Holy Night. Excuse me. Anyway, how beautiful it was. And it's just such a beautiful song, and the church dark and just lights up there. Anyway, I had it on my mind, but you can hear Paul sing it there. And then at the end of it, he talks about, he shares some things in his, kind of gives a little tour of his house there a little bit, so you can hear him talk about some different things. And then he also did one more song, just kind of for Merry Christmas. It's not him though; it's Wade Powell III doing. There you go. Have yourself a merry little Christmas on the guitar. And Paul put a bunch of old Christmas pictures from our family, and so that's a really nice one too. If you want to check that one out. I hope the coughing's not about to start again. So I'm still, of course, asking people to help where they can, and most of all to pray for all the storm victims from Helene. It's not went away. It does seem like information is slowing down because not as many people's talking about it. And I know people have to go on with their lives and all that, but they still need our prayers. People that are, it's not going to be an easy fix, whether you're thinking about somebody that lost their house or the horror of losing family members, or, just the whole, as a community as a whole, they've lost their infrastructure. They've lost the store down the road that they always went to. They've lost their tourist attractions that brought money in. There's all those things. So please continue to remember them in prayer. Also, Deep River Farm, Wayne at Deep River Farm is still doing just amazing work there. And let me put his link in the description. They're still, the whole organization that he works with, they're still giving aid. They're still helping those families. There's certain families they're helping, still doing all kinds of wonderful things. So please support him. Another person that's really helping is John Ward. And he did a whole thing about Christmas. So please support John and what he's trying to do to help them. He's been there. Him and Wayne both been in this the whole time. The Appalachian Navy is, I share his channel. He's connected to Wayne. It's part of that same thing there. So please continue to support him. And then also, the Bald Creek Relief. Let me put that one. They are still helping, and they were in one of Wayne's recent videos. And Restoration Church, that was the Swananoa. That's for people that need help in that area, but then also people who want to help. And any of the others that please leave them in the comments. And then there's the big ones, Samaritan's Purse, North Carolina Baptist. They're still there. They're still helping, and I know they will be for a long time. I can't remember the name of it. It may have it's Appalachian something. I want to say Regional Commission, but that may not be. That's probably not right. Appalachian something though. But they are there. They're building houses and trying to get people back in houses. So just I know, financially everybody can't help, everybody can't go, but you can pray. So please just pray for the organizations and the people like Wayne and John that are there helping, and all those others there. There's so many people in different areas, and just pray for all the people helping, but all the people in need. And God is a mighty God. He can help them all. So please do continue to pray. I think we're to the wisdom in the comments. This first one I wanted to read to you was not on YouTube here, but it was on my blog from Kay Cooper. I remember sitting on my grandpa's knee one day when I was about 6 years old. He said, "You're a very smart girl. Always make sure that all that comes out of your mouth is gold so you could take it to the bank. Don't say too much, but just listen. You can learn more with your mouth closed and your ears open than the other way around." About a year later, he passed on. What a precious memory, Kay. Thank you so much for sharing that. I also remember him giving me a very small woven fondant basket one Easter. He said the Easter bunny left it for me. I thought it was beautiful, so I grabbed Grandpa's hand and said we had to go and find the bunny so I could say thank you. We went out to the woods behind his house and looked for that bunny. Grandpa said that Easter bunnies were very shy, so we might not find it. I made him tell me what it looked like, and he said it was large and white with one gray ear that flopped over. Finally, we got back to the house because Grandpa said he was sure that he had said thank you to the bunny. So that was very, very sweet, but I love that. You're a very smart girl. Always make sure that all that comes out of your mouth is gold so you could take it to the bank. Don't say too much, but just listen. You can learn more with your mouth closed and your ears open than the other way around. Such good wisdom, and reminds me of Pap, because Pap would say often the smartest person in the room is the one that is not talking. So let's see if I can find the others that y'all left that was so good. This was from Stacy. Stacy said, "I remember what one of the elders in my family always said. If the words you spoke appeared on your skin, would you still be beautiful?" Now that is really wise. That is really wise. One goes right along with Kay's, but that is really, really wise. Thank you, Stacy. That is really wise when you think about words being all over your face. And would you still be beautiful or would you not? That is a perfect way. I love that one. Perfect way to say it. This is from Lee. Lee said, "I have two old sayings I've heard said by wise elders. The first one is, I don't excuse me, I'm so sorry. I don't chew my cabbage twice, meaning I'm not going to keep repeating myself." I like that one. I've heard that. The other one is, you can't keep a bird from flying over your head, but you can keep it from building a nest in your hair, meaning you'll always have problems sometimes, but you can always work to solve them. Miss Cindy used that one. So I love those, Lee. Thank you so much. This one is from Autumn. "I am not alone at all, I thought. I was never alone at all. And that, of course, is the message of Christmas. We are never alone, not when the night is darkest, the wind coldest, the world seemingly most indifferent. For this is still the time God chooses." That's from Taylor Caldwell. And then Autumn says, "Thanks for sharing your Christmas stories with us. Merry Christmas to you and your family." I really love that encouragement, Autumn, that you shared from Taylor. As a believer, that's the best thing about faith is to know that you're never alone, is that the Lord is always with you, even in those very, very dark times. This was from Joseph. "Don't forget the things worth remembering. Don't remember the things best forgotten." That's another really, really wise one, said so simply. Thank you, Joseph, so much for that one. This is from Kim. "Another thing about fear is forget everything and run. There's also frog, fully rely on God. Kiss, keep it simple, silly, and don't sweat the small stuff. It's all small stuff. I hope you and the family have a wonderful Christmas." Thank you, Kim. Thank you for sharing those. This is from Sophie. "My advice to everyone for the end of," let's see. She's just telling us a book. Read the book, Your Life, Your Game by Casino. I've never read that, but thank you, Sophie. I saved that so I could check out the book. Excuse me. Something wrong, Matt?
No.
Oh, Matt's down here. I was like, what's going on? What's something wrong? Okay. This was from Tracy. I just wanted to share this because I thought it was so sweet. Oh my, those brown paper pokes were a beauty. Oranges, nuts, chewing gum, hard candy. My dad used to cry as he was born in 1925, and that sweetie always cried when he thought about his Christmas bag with oranges, nuts, and hard candy. He was a farm boy raising tobacco, chickens, hogs. He was so grateful for anything. He teared up. He taught me ferocious gratitude. We should all have ferocious gratitude. His only indoor bathroom was when he was drafted into the Army. He always spoke about Christmas with reverence and tears. He was on a train to Washington State to get on a ship to Japan. He sent all his pay home and was starving. When the train stopped in Las Vegas, the USO gave him free hot dogs, and he cried with gratitude that Christmas. He always gave to the USO anytime he could. These are beautiful Christmas memories for me. A sweet farm boy, so homesick, gorging on free hot dogs, coffee, and praying that his family eats well with the money he sent. That's the spirit of Christmas to me. Bless you and yours to all the Celebrating Appalachia family. Let's all feed one another with food, the spirit, and innocent love. That's so nice. Thank you, Tracy, so much. Thank you for sharing his story. And I love that about the gratitude. That's one of the best things, I think. So many things. Of course, I'm grateful for Pat for, but that he did teach me and Paul and Steve gratitude, to be thankful for the little things and to never take them for granted. And it makes your life much richer. It really, really does. This is from Robin. What you both said about creating made me think of my grandma's saying. She said, if you keep the little one's hands busy with good things, there's no time left for getting into trouble. I like that one, Robin. Busyness can be good. Busyness is good for all of us. Greenie, one time I was, excuse me, one time I was writing some post about parched corn, and I was going to grind the corn. I didn't have no grinder to make parched bread from dried parched corn. And it was a different type of gritted bread than like I would make with fresh corn. Anyway, Pap was helping me, and he sent me outside in a flour sack. I had the parched corn and a hammer, and I had to go out there and beat it. It was not the best way to do it. Anyway, but I said, that's a lot of work. And Granny said, well, that's how it was when me and your daddy was little. Everything was a lot of work, whether you're thinking about getting your food, making a garden, getting water, heating you had to have wood for food and for heat and heat the water and all that. And she said there was no time for meanness. There was no time for meanness. That's how it was. Stacy says, I've been thinking for a while about sharing a few for my family, talking about wisdom. My maternal grandma, Mimi, shared a few with me. The first one was from her dad, which, if you think about it, can apply to your whole life, not just in the way he meant it. Mimi was from a family of 9 children, and they grew up in a very rural area. Her dad built their house himself, and it seriously sounded like a shack to me. No running water, no electricity, and no indoor plumbing, and it was not that long ago. She was born in 1913. Anyway, as you can imagine, they were poor, but their dad always told the kids when they sat down to eat, take all you want, but don't waste it. Another one I learned from her was something she had on her dresser. She cut it out from a Clairol hair color ad from the 1970s. It said, age is just a number. It has nothing to do with how old you are. Love that. Probably one of the wisest and most helpful advertising I've ever read. And lastly, just something for fun. When I was younger and used to talk about what I wanted or would like, my parents would often respond with, you have champagne taste on a beer budget. I hope you all enjoyed this and get something out of it. We sure did. Thank you so much, Stacy. Thank you so much for sharing those. I love that. I love the waste not, want not, that part. And then also that it's just a number. I love that. There's 2 more that I'll leave you with. And if you watched the video last night, you already know about them, but I'm just so excited about them. I got to share them again. Corey got us a present. One of the presents Corey got us was she sent it off. She found someone on Etsy. And if I was smart, I would have got I would have had it ready and put it in the chat here. I'll put it in the description below, and I put it in the description of the video from last night too, so you can go there and find it easily, the link to the lady. But she found a lady who makes memorial things. Think about when you have someone that passes away. And she sent her a piece of Pap's shirt and a piece of Miss Cindy's shirt. And then she also sent her some, like a little script of their handwriting, I don't know if she sent a photo. I don't know how Corey did it. But for Paps, it was the song. He wrote a song, Be Not Afraid. So it was that. It says, Be Not Afraid. And then Jerry, he signed his name under it. And then she put that on the ornament. You can go to that video and see a picture of it. And then on Miss Cindy's, she did the same thing, took one of her linen shirts and sent it. And then she sent her writing. And so on it says, Trust in God and tie your camel. Love, Miss Cindy. So both such meaningful. It was just the most meaningful gift. Now, if you watched the video last night, when Corey first gave them to me and Katie, all I had to do was look at Jerry, and I knew that was Pap's writing. I knew that was his handwriting. But I missed the part that was his shirt. Same thing for Miss Cindy. I missed that. Well, then the following day on Christmas, Corey had got Granny the same one of Pap. And then she said that, and I'm like, what? That was Pap's shirt? And I got all excited about it. And she's like, yeah, and that was Miss Cindy's shirt. I'm like, oh my gosh. So then at the end of the video, I want to share them in that one last night. Katie missed all that. She was off with the baby, I guess. And so she had the same reaction. What? Are you kidding me? That was their shirts, and then of course both of us could remember each of them wearing the shirt. So it was just the best little present that Corey sent, but such good wisdom too. As a believer in the Lord, be not afraid. He's always with me. There's all kinds of verses. If you listen to Pap's song, and you can find that on our Blind Pig and the Acorn YouTube channel. Paul just uploaded a version of it just a couple of weeks ago, and there's probably on there even before that, but you can find that. Beautiful, inspiring words in the song for anyone who believes in the Lord. And then Miss Cindy's also, of course, is saying trust in God. But the tie your camel part, now that's just like saying do your own part. And knowing her, she could have meant that. And she'd wrote that on a piece of paper that Corey found. She'd wrote it to herself. Corey probably got the love Miss Cindy off of a card or something that she'd sent her. But she probably wrote that to herself. And knowing Miss Cindy, she could have been talking about literally, if you, something as simple as if you need a new job, then you have to get up and go look for the new job. God will help you find it, but you got to go look. But she also could have meant it like mentally, like putting your anxiety, all those things. You've got to do your part in that. You've got to tie your own camel. And she loved colorful, unique things like that. Like I wouldn't say that. I don't even think about camels living where I live. And not that Miss Cindy was around camels either, but she loved those kind of unique kind of sayings. And maybe that is one, that may be some worldly thing that I don't know about, that's a real common one. If it is, I'm sure some of you can tell us about it, and I'd be grateful for that. Anyway, wonderful present from Corey, and really perfect wisdom to share with all of you. So I hope you enjoyed talking with me this morning, even though I'm a little bit under the weather. I'm feeling better though, feeling good. I'm going to beat it now, I know. So I hope that you enjoyed spending time with me, and that I didn't bother you too bad with my coughing and my cough drops. I hope each of you have a wonderful week. I hope you had a great Christmas. And I hope 2025 is all you want it to be, all your hopes and desires, everything you're hoping for, that it all comes true for you in 2025. I hope God richly blesses each of you. You all bless us so much, and we're so thankful for you. I will talk to you next Monday, and hopefully I will sound a lot better than this. I love you all. Bye-bye.